Hi, this lesson is about basic word order and how to use questions in multiple clauses. So let's start with basic word order. In English, your sentence is subject, verb, object, prepositional phrase, and time. We have to put words in that order. If you put them in a different order, it's just wrong, and we may not understand you. So subject is the person who does the action. My son. Verb, wanted. My son wanted what? The object is the answer to what. The object answers what, or sometimes who. Usually what, sometimes who. But it's a noun. It's my son wanted what? The girl bought what? I eat what? My son wanted what? My son wanted ice cream. Then the prepositional phrase goes after that. My son wanted ice cream on his cake. And if you have time words, not frequency words, we'll talk about that in a moment, but other time words, my son wanted ice cream on his cake today. Now today doesn't mean usually. Today is past or future. I had breakfast today. I haven't had dinner yet today. So today is not simple present. Today is right now. I am talking to you, or past or future. My son wanted ice cream on his cake today. That girl bought. The girl bought what? The girl bought an iPad. The girl bought an iPad from me last week. We have the subject, who did it, the girl. The verb, bought. She bought what? The direct object, she bought an iPad. Prepositional phrase, from me, and time, last week. Now, you don't always have an object. A lot of verbs don't take an object. My sister sleeps on the porch at 2 p.m. She has this nice little screened-in sun porch so she can take her nap out there. My sister sleeps. My sister sleeps what? No, there's no what. There's no thing that you sleep, right? My sister sleeps where? On the porch. Prepositional phrase, at 2 p.m. No object. There's no object there. Now, question word order is different. In question word order, you have, let me move this up here. In question word order, you have a WH word and then an auxiliary before your subject. In basic word order, you started with your subject, but in question word order, you have an auxiliary verb before your subject. This is an auxiliary verb, be, do, have, or one of the modals. Goes before the subject. So a WH word like where, when, why, how. So where, does, auxiliary verb, he, subject, main verb, go. The main verb is go. Where does he go? The do doesn't really mean anything. It's just grammar. Where does, S because it's a he, where does he go after class? Everything else goes after that main verb, the object, prepositional phrase, time, and they do need to be in that same order as in a regular sentence. You don't always have a WH word, so in the second sentence, there's no WH word. Did he drive your car today? Did is the auxiliary verb. It has the time. He is the subject, the person who drives. Drive is your main verb. Base form because always base form after do. Did he drive? And then everything else, your car today, an object and time. Why would she tell you that story? Why is the WH word. Would is one of the modals as the auxiliary. The subject is she. She's the one doing the telling. Tell is the main verb, the action going on. Why would she tell? And then everything else, an object, in this case I have an indirect object and a direct object. Why would she tell you this story? That's basic word order in English. Now that basic word order doesn't change when you have multiple clauses. When you have come to a new clause, you just start over. Move me back down here. When you come to a new clause, you just start over, but you have the same basic word order in each clause. A sentence can have many clauses, and every clause is in that order: subject, verb, object, prepositional phrase, time, or in question word order. So, a basic sentence, she goes home. Basic sentence. When she goes home is no longer a sentence. When she goes home is just a dependent clause. When she goes home is not a sentence. It's a dependent clause. That word when makes it no longer a sentence. When she goes home, comma, and then you need a main clause. When she goes home, she always greets her parrots. I never had a parrot. I had a cockatiel, but parrots are lovely. They're big, and they live a very long time. So when she goes home, she always greets her parrots. Now, if you have an adverb of frequency, the adverb of frequency goes between the subject and the verb in this clause. Now, you could put an adverb of frequency in this clause too, but with the question word, that wouldn't really work this time. If you did have one, it would go between the subject and the verb. Like here, it goes between the subject and the verb. In each clause, you have the same word order. An adverb of time, not frequency. The frequency words are things like never, always, I already have always, usually, sometimes. And those words go here between the subject and the verb. There are other adverbs of time like now, today, yesterday, every day. And those go at the end of the sentence. They can go at the beginning, but usually they go at the end. When she goes home, we still have our clause here, our dependent clause, our time clause. That's an adverb clause. That's an adverb clause, a time clause. When she goes home, comma, she takes off her shoes, takes her shoes off immediately. That adverb of time goes at the end of that clause. Now that would be the same if I switched the order. I can switch this over here, and we have she takes off her shoes immediately when she goes home. Put a capital over there, no capital over there. She takes off her shoes immediately when she goes home. That clause still is in that order. The other clause is still in that order. Each clause has the word order separate from every other clause. An adverb of manner, same thing, goes in the middle here. An adverb of manner, when she goes home, she speaks sweetly to her children. When she goes home, that doesn't change. That clause is that clause. It doesn't even matter if the other clause is a question. When she goes home does she turn the TV on? When she goes home, does she turn the TV on? This is a question. When she goes home doesn't change. That's not a question. That's just a time. This part is a question. When she goes home, does she turn the TV on? It doesn't matter. It can be even a WH question. When she goes home, where does she leave her shoes? When she goes home, where does she leave her shoes? Or you can put it in the other order. Where does she leave her shoes when she goes home? If you put it in the other order, you still have the same rules. When the adverb clause is first, you have a comma. When the adverb clause is second, no comma. Those rules do not change. Even when one of the parts is a question, usually, excuse me, only the main clause is a question. And if we have the question with two clauses in it, it matters whether it's an adverb or a fanboys in the conjunction, what kind of conjunction it is. Why did he go there is a question. I can add an if clause to that question, and the adverb clause is not a question. The adverb clause is not a question. Why did he go there if he knew it would be dangerous? If he knew it would be dangerous, it's not in question word order. I can add a but clause. The question is in the but clause. I know he wanted to leave here, but why did he go there? When it's the fanboys, the question is in the fanboys part. When it's an adverb, the question's not in the adverb part. Let's do another adverb. Add a when clause. The when clause, the adverb is not a question. The adverb is not a question. When he had to come here, he was supposed to come here. When he had to come here, why did he go there? When he had to come here, why did he go there? So that why did he go there question is still our question. And we have a time, actually it's a condition in this case. When he had to come here, why did he go there? The question is not in the adverb clause. The question is in the other clause. And we have the same rules. If the adverb clause is first, we have a comma. If the adverb clause is second, there's no comma. Fanboys always have a comma. These are two different kinds of clauses. In an and clause, usually both sides are questions. If one side is a question, usually both sides are questions in an and. So I'm going to add another question here. Where did he go? And why did he go there? So this why did he go there is a question. I can add an adverb clause before or after that question. The adverb clause is not a question itself. I can put the question in a fanboy with a fanboys conjunction, but that fanboys part is the question. I know he wanted to leave here, but why did he go there? The fanboys part is the question. The adverb part is not the question. So you do have to learn those two different types of clauses. They have different rules. With the adverb, if it's second, no comma. If it's first, you have a comma. With the fanboys, always in the middle and always with a comma.